What were the biggest announcements from Apple Event 2023, and did Wonderlust really provide, well, Wonderlust? Hey friends, I'm Tasia Custode, and if you missed the Apple Event, I got you. So let's jump in, starting with all the Apple Watch announcements. We've officially been graced with Apple Watch Series 9, compatible with an S9 chip that has 60% more transistors than Series 8, whatever that means. Its GPU is 30% faster and it'll process machine learning tasks up to twice as fast. Plus, it has an all-day battery life, or should I say an 18-hour battery life. And Siri requests will now be run on device, making them faster and more secure. Though, will she be more helpful? Time will tell. Sorry, girl. But back to Siri, she will be able to access your health data now, with those health queries being made available later this year in English and Mandarin, with more languages to follow. There's also a new second generation ultra wideband chip that will allow you to see both the distance and direction to your iPhone. And once you get close, haptic and audible feedback will guide you to its location, even if it's in a different room, which is pretty cool. Series 9 also features an edge-to-edge, always-on Retina display that should be easier to read outside in bright light. The display should also be easier to see in dark lighting. But Apple Watch Series 9 will also enable a new-ish gesture. Here's what I mean. The gesture is being called double tap, but it's not on your screen. You'll now be able to tap your index finger and thumb together twice to control the primary button in app. So the examples they give here are that you could use it to stop a timer, play and pause music, or snooze an alarm. But it can also launch the Smart Stack from your watch face, and if you double tap again, you can scroll through the widgets just like turning the digital crown. How great is this as an accessibility feature? I just love it. But if it seems familiar, that's because it is. Many accessibility users know this as the double pinch. It's basically the same thing, rebranded. In terms of colorways, Series 9 aluminum builds are available in a new pink case, starlight, silver, midnight, and product red. The stainless steel cases are available in gold, silver, and graphite. And Apple was sure to point out to us that this is Apple's first ever carbon neutral product. They are in a push to make all of their products carbon neutral by 2030. So Apple Watch, check. But they also announced the Apple Watch Ultra 2. Ultra 2 also has the S9 chip. There is also a new watch face called Modular Ultra. It uses the outermost edge of the display to show real-time data like altitude, depth, or the passing seconds. It's pretty slick looking. And night mode will use the ambient lighting sensor to activate automatically in the dark. As far as what else is new with Ultra, the Trail Loop and Alpine Loop and the Ocean Band come in a range of new colors. Now, in terms of pricing, the Series 9 starts at $399 and Apple Watch Ultra 2 is $799. They are available for order now, and they will be available to buy on September 22nd. But are you ready to talk about the iPhone 15 lineup? Good, because iPhone 15 is getting a new design. It's got the dynamic island, which some pro users may already be familiar with. It features a Super Retina XDR display that uses OLED technology. The screen is even twice as bright as iPhone 14, or so they say. And of course, iPhone 15, we've got the same sizes. So it comes in 6.1 inch, and then the iPhone 15 Plus is 6.7 inch. I personally gravitate to the smaller device, but Apple says the new contoured edge on the aluminum enclosure is supposed to feel better in your hand, even though most of us use this device with a case. But anyway, iPhone 15 also features a ceramic shield that Apple says is tougher than any smartphone glass, plus it's water and dust resistant. But we can't talk about iPhone 15 without talking about the new camera system. There is now a 48 megapixel main camera with a quad pixel sensor and 100% focus pixels for fast auto focus. Apple also highlighted what they are calling the next generation of portraits. You will no longer have to switch between portrait mode manually. Using machine learning, iPhone 15 can detect when there's a person in the frame and capture that rich depth information automatically. But you can also do this later on in the Photos app, which is super handy. And yes, this works in photos of our pets too. There's also this really incredible focus and depth control now, so you can switch the focus from one subject to another after a photo is taken. I love this so much. Honestly, this is some Google Pixel level computational photography that's happening here, and I am absolutely here for it. iPhone 15 will also feature a second-gen ultra-wideband chip that allows for more precise actions in Find My Friends. Apple used an example of how this will help in situations like if you're in a crowded train station or a farmer's market and your friends share their location, you're now going to be guided to them with clear directions and distance. Now, you may remember last year that Apple introduced their emergency SOS via satellite system that was perfect for emergency situations if you didn't have Wi-Fi or cell service. Well, they are building on that in a massive, very smart way. They are now expanding this to give us roadside assistance via satellite. So this works similar to the emergency SOS in that you'll text roadside assistance and select what kind of help you need. Then the interface will guide you to connect to a satellite and share that information you provided with a roadside assistance provider. This feature is launching in the US with AAA, and it'll be included for free for 2 years. By the way, if you're already a AAA member, this is covered, but it's also available for non-members. Hallelujah! I love this so much. By the way, we still don't know the cost of what that emergency SOS feature will be after this 2-year free period. It was first announced last year with iPhone 14, so we're only 1 year into that 2-year included plan. Now for probably the most anticipated and likely announcement from Apple Event 2023, even though there's all this other amazing stuff to talk about, people couldn't stop talking about USB-C. So here's the deal. In order to meet European standards, iPhone 15 will now feature USB-C charging capabilities. Say goodbye to the Lightning charger. It was nice knowing ya. But with this change, you'll also be able to charge your watch or newer gen AirPods right from your iPhone 15, which is, I guess, cool. Prices start at $799 for iPhone 15 and $899 for iPhone 15 Plus. But the phone I've been waiting for is the iPhone 15 Pro. And guess what? It's got an all-new titanium design. Not only will you be able to take incredible photos and videos with iPhone 15 Pro, but this titanium design is next level gorgeous, while making the phone even lighter. Plus, there are super thin borders on iPhone 15 Pro and what Apple says is the toughest glass in the industry, including that ceramic shield front. iPhone 15 Pro is my preferred size at 6.1 inches, while iPhone 15 Pro Max is 6.7 inches. And they come in 4 colorways: natural titanium, blue titanium, white titanium, and black titanium. There's now also going to be a new action button on iPhone 15 Pro that's replacing the ring silent switch. So now instead of switching between ring and silent, you're going to press and hold the button to toggle between modes. You're supposed to get a haptic feedback for each state, but I do wonder if this button will become a bit of a problem by accidentally being pushed when you have it in your pocket or purse, so we'll have to see. I will report back as soon as I have my hands on this, but the action button also lets you choose from a set of actions and switch between them at your leisure. In terms of performance, the A17 Pro chip is what's powering the iPhone 15 Pro, and Apple says this is the industry's first 3nm chip. Basically, it's going to make the overall performance faster. But beyond that, A17 Pro allows for other Pro features, including ProRes codec and display engine that powers the always-on display. There's also a dedicated AV1 decoder, which allows for more efficient and higher quality video experiences during streaming. iPhone 15 Pro also has the new USB-C connector, but the Pro models also include USB 3 transfer speeds, so that's up to 10 gigabits per second. So a little bit faster than we're seeing on iPhone 15. And of course, we've got to touch on the iPhone 15 Pro camera specs for just a minute. iPhone 15 Pro features a 48 megapixel main camera with a larger sensor than iPhone 15. The camera has a nanoscale coating to help reduce lens flare, enable high resolution photos, enable more focal lengths, all with better low light performance. iPhone 15 Pro can also shoot higher resolution photos in 24, 28, and 35mm focal length, which is going to result in some really slick photography. It also features a 3x telephoto camera at 77mm focal length. The iPhone 15 Pro Max will feature a 5x optical zoom at 120mm focal length. Apple says they've designed a state-of-the-art telephoto camera on Pro Max. It has a 25% larger sensor, 100% focus pixels, and an f2.8 aperture. Cooler yet is that you'll be able to use your iPhone with Capture One to shoot and transfer 48 megapixel Pro RAW directly to a Mac. iPhone 15 Pro also supports recording ProRes video directly to an external hard drive. I love this beyond words. This could really change the game for video production workflow. Plus, you can shoot in ProRes 4K up to 60 frames per second. You can also now capture spatial videos. This uses the ultra-wide and main cameras together to create a 3-dimensional video. The iPhone 15 Pro starts at almost $1,000 at $999, while iPhone 15 Pro Max starts at $1,199 with 256 gigabytes of storage. All new iPhone models are available for pre-order now, and they'll be available in stores on September 22nd. I can hardly wait. Apple also announced new 6GB and 12GB storage options for iCloud Plus. If you really couldn't wait for that announcement, above all of this hardware goodness. So now I really need to hear from you. What do you think were the best announcements from Apple Event 2023? And did it leave you with Wonderlust? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, well, I want to know. So give it a like, a share, or leave that comment below. You can click right about here to subscribe to my channel and here for even more content just like this. See you next time.